what do you think about a girl making the first move?
The best. You guys know we're game. It's so much cooler when you do it because we're like the whole time we're just like we're ready.
Yeah, but you know what it is for a girl? It's like if I make the first move, I
already know what you're
gonna
say, and I'm like, yes.
If I have to make the first move, it's because you're not into me enough to make
1,000%.
That's how I feel.
What's
I know
your
it's
first move?
incorrect.
What's
I
the
know
first
it's
move?
incorrect.
What's the first move? Are we on a date? Just set the scene for me.
No, I'm telling you, like, if I DM you, it's like, why didn't you DM me first? Like, you're not into me. Or like, if we're at a club and I come up to you, in my eyes, I'm like, well, you didn't come up to me because you're not that into me.
Chemical X.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Chemical X podcast. I'm your girl, Alessia.
I'm Veronica, and we are once again in New York with a very special guest, Dan.
It's me, Dan.
What's your like stage name?
It's my real name.
So I don't know your full name. I just know Dan.
Thanks for doing the research.
I just know Dan.
It's Dan Davies. That's my name.
Davies.
It sounds like a stage name.
You know what? I thought for some reason I had read Dan Daniels and I didn't want to say Dan Daniels, so I don't want to fuck it up. So
Honestly,
Dan Davis.
It's Dan Davies. Yeah, I used
Dan
to
Davies.
for a while. I thought it would be funny to have my Instagram name be Dave Dannies, and that has backfired spectacularly. People still call me Dave, which is not my name. So
Yeah.
that was a mistake.
So talk
Alessia
to
has
us.
a similar,
Yeah?
experience with
I
having
do.
a
I
wrong
do. So
Instagram
my
name.
actual last name is Lonobile. I mean, don't say noble if you don't
What
want
was
to.
your last name?
Lonobile.
That sounds like a medical way to describe a body part.
We'll get into that, okay? Come on, give us some
The
time.
nanobine is inflamed.
Give us some fucking
The
time.
Lonobile is
So I put my last name as Deandra.
Because that's your middle name.
Because that's my middle name.
Good name.
And I thought it was a great name, and I'm so mad at my parents for not calling me that.
But she put like Ale, which is her nickname, like Ale Deandra. So now people just think her full name is Ale Deandra. So they're always like, where's Al Deandra? And I'm like, that's...
But which we love. For example, I met a guy Grand Prix weekend, and like I gave him my WhatsApp number, and like he cannot find me on Instagram now because my actual name says Alessia Lonobile, and then when you search me, you won't find me.
You don't want him to find your Instagram?
I mean, get to know me first, right? I don't want you to judge me before.
You see, this is interesting.
Oh God.
There's a real, if you meet a guy out, and he's like, let me get would you rather him say number or Instagram?
Okay, so we had this discussion. I was like, I feel like you don't have the balls if you ask for my number, because it's like, well, just ask for my fucking number. But then
Why?
But then again, because it's like, well,
What's the difference?
If I'm interested in you, like, it's more personable, I feel like, if somebody gives you your phone number. But then in the same beat, I'm realizing that, like, you can really realize there's some weird cats out there, and you go through the, I guess,
elimination process.
the elimination process. If you notice they're like starting to cry on their Instagram, then you're like, okay, you have mental issues.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I noticed this before going on a date with you.
So
I feel like
you
I'm-
came around in that story. Did you hear that?
But
I
will
came
say-
around. I came around.
Okay.
I will say that if you want to play it safe as a guy,
Yeah.
always ask for the Instagram, because it's much easier to just as a girl, you can just give the Instagram and not have to reject someone. Whereas like if you're asking me for my
Yes.
number, I have to reject you.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to give you my number if I don't want to give you
But
my
then
number.
also-
but like if you ask for my Instagram, whether I care or not, I'll just be like, oh, like this is my Insta, like you could add me.
But then also, are you a pussy for not being able to like ask for the number? No.
I think if you're asking, you're asking.
If I'm
pussy
really
is not-
interested in a guy and he like asks for my Instagram, I'm kind of like bummed out. I'm like, oh, fuck.
If he asks for my Snapchat,
He's 11.
Okay, well, then
you're
he's a cheater.
You're 11.
He's 11 years
and
old.
I'm never speaking to you again. Like that's the easiest way to get X'd out
Well, that's
for me.
Yeah, and also like
Snapchat. You guys are talking to boys who have Snapchats?
It's because in Montreal, there's like I feel like French people in Montreal like to use Snapchat. So like the saying is like, yo, c'est quoi ton snap? Which
Be
is like, yo,
careful.
what's your Snapchat?
be careful what account you this, eh? Because Snapchat's also what brings us in the most money.
Absolutely. But if you're still no, okay.
What's
it's
thing?
okay.
What's the thing
Listen.
they say? What's the thing they say?
Yo, c'est quoi ton snap? Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to Montreal.
Yeah. But like, you know what it is? If you use Snapchat with your friends,
Yeah.
like I'm judging you, but like whatever.
Yeah.
Because I use Snapchat like I use Snapchat for news and shit. But like if you're using it in a way to like talk to girls, then I'm really judging you.
Sure.
Then it's like you have a million other apps. You're choosing Snapchat.
Well, you're just trying to be hush hush about what you
Yeah,
do.
it's just
and you're
sketch.
very calculated.
It's just very sketch.
I've had girls say to me, they're like, it's an ick if you just ask for my Instagram. And I'm like, that makes.
But
there's
I agree.
Zero,
I get that.
I
though.
get
no,
that,
but you
though.
talk through it and you talked your way out.
Yes,
You
but
have
I
this-
get
still
it. But I
get
get
it.
it. But I
But I
get
still get
it.
it. 'Cause
Because
it's
it's like,
like-
be man enough to be like, hey, I'm asking for your fucking number because I want to take you out. Guys, who does not like jewels? Veronica, do you like jewels?
I like jewels.
Dan, do you like jewels?
I love jewels.
What kind of jewels do you like?
Family jewels.
Well, guys, we have partnered up with Every Jewels, which has the best jewels in the biz. We're talking affordable jewelry at an amazing price.
I hate paying too much for jewels.
Yeah.
I like affordable jewels.
And waterproof ones, because this jewelry is not going to tarnish when you go in the water, when you go in the shower. So you can wear them on your vacay. You can wear them every day, all day, and they're going to look good. They're going to be sparkling, and they're also going to be a fraction of the price of what you'd be paying for some real diamonds. You know what I mean? Some real gold.
So head on to Every Jewels and use our discount code ChemicalX at checkout to receive 20% off their entire website. So go crazy if you have 2 boyfriends, 2 girlfriends.
Get 'em all jewelry.
That 20% goes a long way. So ChemicalX at checkout for 20% off.
That's good.
I think it's fine if it's like you get my Insta, you talk to me on Insta for like a day or two, and then you get my number. But if we're like exclusively talking on any other app but text for a very long time, it's like, okay. I think it's okay.
Me
It's
too.
like it's an easy
It's a
starter.
vetting process.
It's less like aggressive.
Intrusive.
It's less intrusive.
Yeah.
Like I feel like number, I still don't know who I'm talking to. At least with like an Instagram, I could kind of get your feel, I could get your vibe.
Plus, you can
know?
see if they've seen the message.
Yeah. You know?
Okay, well, I guess start this off toxic. Like,
Well, it's
I mean,
nice to
pretty
know.
True. Yeah.
I think you get
Okay,
a read on
wait.
someone. You're like, this is my vibe of a person. These are too many
Yeah.
selfies.
Okay.
This is too many
But then
sunsets.
20
But then do you want
2023
to judge someone off their Instagram?
it's 2023.
They got
Every-
to pick it.
You do.
It's they
they-
got to pick their. I didn't pick
That's
it.
true.
Your friend didn't pick it. This is your choice.
That's
your
true.
representation of yourself.
Of
Let
yourself,
me see
yeah.
if I like
But,
it.
like,
Because
it's
if it
true.
sucks, I'm out of there. Do you want to be judged off your Insta?
Sometimes I look at my Insta and I'm like, I
don't
don't
like
even
Sometimes
believe this
it
is me.
depends. You know why? It's different. It's different. I think it's different if like you use social media for like business purposes versus like just being an average person. Because I think then you really get your personality. But I think like for me, for example, like I use my Instagram is like mostly for like promoting my podcast, showing clips, or like, you know, like I have like it's like a different. It's not necessarily my most authentic self. Even though it is, it's still like another
one version of
It's like
yourself.
one version.
Yeah.
So I just sometimes I'm like, maybe get to know me before you're gonna like either jump to any conclusion. But at the end of the day, like the conclusion you might jump to might be the reason that we're not good for each other anyways.
Yeah.
Or it might be the
So it is
reason
what
you
it is.
are.
It is.
Yeah.
But I do think it's fair to like give someone a chance. Like I don't like judging people based off their Instagram. Like I'll like give someone a chance, even if I'm like, oh, your Insta is trash. Like I don't like this. I'll still give you a
Wait,
chance.
I
what? So then you
Yeah.
shouldn't be bashing the phone number situations.
I'm
then.
not though. I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying like it's a safer bet to ask for Insta.
If your Insta is trash, forget about it.
See, I'm forgivable.
If you're posting a bunch of like gym selfies, mirror, and you're so into yourself, I don't care what you said on text, it's done.
Yeah, let me just delete those I have on my thing.
I think I'm like forgivable in that sense where it's like I could
Really?
be like, I don't love this, but like if I really like you as a person, that
You'll like
matters
ignore
more
it or
for
be
me.
like, he looks better in,
yeah.
in
It's like, you know,
person.
it's the same thing. Like some people are really shit texters and like hate the way someone texts, but I could look past that.
I've never run
If
into
you're
this.
good in person, if you have good banter in person and you're funny and you're great
But
in
if
person.
you have good banter in person, normally you're good on
not
text.
always.
No?
I agree. I'm with you. I've heard this story, and I'm like, the texting was great, and then we met, and it sucked. I was like, my thing is like, I don't think that means he was a bad communicator. I think there was a physical connection that wasn't
Yeah.
happening, and they didn't feel the need to put it out there like that. I've always thought that.
no,
because
or
if you're
their
good
friend
at this,
is writing the messages.
sure, but at the point, push came to shove, and you're not feeling it. But I think if you're good at texting,
You're good at banter.
you'll be good at banter. If you're bad at texting, you might be good at banter only
That's what I'm
because
saying.
like you're busy or you don't like
Yeah.
texting, whatever. But you
Some
can
people are
still
just
you
not
can tell
texters.
you can tell if you're economic with words, you can tell in even a short text. You're like, this person's a smart person, or I vibe with this person.
Yeah. But like, see, I'm like picky with texting too, though. Like, cause I could be turned off. He's like, depending on the emojis you use, like, I'll just be like, oh. But then I could look past that. But it'll
yeah.
still bother me.
like
like-
it's a Nick.
Well, I'm so happy you brought this up
Here we go.
We live in a world of ick now.
It's ick.
And the girls beat us to this. You guys beat us. You beat boys to ick. Boys
Yeah.
can't have icks.
No,
can't have
boys
icks.
can have icks.
No, it's
Not
bad
as-
if boys
not
have
as
icks.
hard, though.
Not as hard, no.
You know what the boys' first ick was Uggs, and like even as an ick, we were like, you know how many
Still cute,
Uggs
though.
were by the bed? Yeah.
There was so many
They're still-
Uggs
they're
that like
still-
the
yeah.
icks got canceled out.
You know what
Yeah.
I think it is? I think like what it's so
I think it's
tough.
because men and the way they think, it's like whatever. I'd still kind of fuck her, so like they can look past the icks. Whereas like women are more like emotional, and like we have like more of like a thought process behind everything. So like it's a little bit harder for us to be like, that's an ick, and I could still fuck him.
You know what I think it is? I think girls in general are hotter than guys.
Yeah.
Just in theory.
Here we go.
Women are hotter than men.
That's
Like
true.
we can just agree on that. So I think like a girl can be the hottest fucking girl and she could do the ickiest shit, but you would still smash. Whereas like a guy, like I feel like men
true.
are like they're hot in other ways. It's like in manliness and these certain
In
things.
funniness.
So in character. So I think a lot of the times the ick is because it takes away from the things that are attractive to us. Because I feel like men's attractiveness is not is never solely appearance. Like it's very rare that a guy is attractive because of his appearance solely. It's always like the character, the way he moves, the way he acts. So when those little things are off in a guy, then you're like, oh, ick, because that's what I'm attracted to. Whereas
Yeah.
for a girl, you know, like
Facts.
men are turned off by your physical appearance. You know what I mean? So it's less like, oh, ick because you did this. It's like, well, she's still hot. You
Yeah.
know, for a guy where it's like ick because he fucking, you know,
Yeah, it took
What
too
did he
long to
do?
open a wine bottle.
ick because he like,
You have an ick? What was the most recent ick?
Most recent ick.
You think there's my favorite ick that I think every girl has, which and guy, it's just this interest. If the guy seems interested,
oh, that's
you're
what
like
you spoke
ick,
about.
which is so.
Wait, I
fucked.
spoke about that in
You said when a guy's like too into me, it's like, okay,
Oh.
relax. No, you said too excited to see me.
too excited or like messaging me so much,
Ick.
like ick.
Interest is ick.
Contain, like relax.
I don't think it's interest though. I think it's like everyone likes a little bit of mystery.
Yes, yes.
I don't even think it's an ick. I just think it's like it ruins the
I just think
vibes.
if you're showing all your cards at the beginning, there's nothing to look forward to. I don't have anything to look forward to. That's what
Yeah.
it is. And I know already what it would be like to
Yeah.
be with you. But if you're a little bit more mysterious, I'm like, but who is he really though?
and like,
Yeah.
do you like me? Do you
do
not
you
like,
like
me?
me?
Especially
Do
in the
you
beginning.
not? I feel like as much as we say it's not a game, it's always a game. You're either playing the game or you're being played.
Yeah. But
Clip
you know
it.
what? You know what? Ick though is like someone who acts so uninterested. Like when a guy for me is like playing the uninterested game so hard, that's like
Okay,
what
so
is
let-
so hard?
Listen though,
But you get what
we
I'm
have
saying?
too interested and not interested at all. So they
But
have to
that's
have
what I'm
the
saying. It has to be
perfect amount of
perfect.
interest.
There's
for
Slight-
for anyone. If a girl's playing too hard to get, aren't you at a point like, yo,
I don't think that happens for guys.
Yeah.
I feel like they're like,
at a point a
They're
guy's
down
gonna be
still.
like,
Depends on the guy.
no.
That can bother.
Yeah.
I've run into that for
Yeah,
sure.
at
I'm
a
like,
point it's like relax.
but what's
too much
what's the
negging. It's
point
like-
of
Yeah.
too much?
always making him chase you to the point where it's like you're not even gonna give me anything? Like
Give
it's like
me an example.
always the text first. Like never gonna
Yeah.
like make the first move.
Yeah.
Never gonna do anything.
Okay,
first.
when should a girl start messaging first?
Always.
I only think you should start messaging a guy first when he makes you your girlfriend.
No.
bull. That is. I don't know how long you've been doing this podcast. That has to be the most toxic thing that's been said on it.
Wait, what?
I
What an
disagree.
insane thing to say.
I
disagree.
just personally don't. You know what? I remember with my ex, he was like, you know what?
I'm
We were- we
first of
were-
all, shocked it didn't work out. Keep going.
hold on. We were talking for so long and it was always him.
Mm-hmm.
And then at a point, it was always him. And then he just completely stopped. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? He messaged me all the time. And then to know if I was like game or in, he was just waiting for that one time that I would just write to him.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I did it once, he was like, I'm in. And then like, I messaged him once and then like we started dating.
Yeah.
But like, that was so hard for me.
But I think that's an ego thing. Yeah. Cause I think like
Which is fine. We all have it.
yeah, but I think like
Ego's been the greatest cock block of the
Of all
world
time.
since the beginning of time. Is
Yeah.
ego.
But like,
everyone has
I like
an
to
ego.
be pursued. I'd rather not be the girl who's like annoying and like
But
writing
I'm
someone.
not
But
saying
I
You're
you
get
not
how
have to
guys
do it
see
more.
it.
I'm not saying you
Yeah.
have to do it more. I'm just saying that I think like it like when you kind of see someone a couple of times, I think it's nice to like send a first message, because like at the same time that you don't know if this person is into you, neither do they. So you have to give and take. I'm not saying you have to message first every time, but I'm saying like at least a few times show that you're interested for them to keep wanting to pursue you. Because if someone feels like they're pursuing and they're not sure the whole time, at a point it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like realistically, if you would never messaged him first, he would have stopped pursuing you because he's like, I don't know. But like sometimes people need that that sign.
Let's just take the gender out of it, and let's just put humanity into it. Do you like getting a text message from someone that's interested in you?
Yes.
Okay. Imagine the other person feeling that same way when you send a message. Why can't you give that energy into the world that you're getting back?
I have no problem with doing that once I'm like reassured how you feel.
But isn't a text first every time a reassurance? Because they don't have any
I mean, no,
reassurance.
not really.
Also, you can't read the room. You can't be like, this guy's a little thing for me. You've had enough guys have things through that you can't be like, this guy's a little thing for me.
I mean, no, I get what you're saying.
Like, I think it's
I feel cornered.
This has turned into this is an intervention.
text first.
Yeah, text
Guys,
first.
I also told you guys that in my last relationship I did that,
Yeah.
and then I wrote, and then it was fine.
But that's what I'm
But-
saying. I think it needs to be like a balance. But I wouldn't want to be the person texting more first.
Does this translate into like initiating sex in a relationship? Do you only like it when he initiates?
No, I don't agree
At
with
that point, then you're ready to go.
Oh, if we're like together, I don't care to initiate. I don't give a fuck.
Welcome to New York.
Welcome to New York. There's a Bruce Willis movie being shot outside. That's how we
safe
do
is
it.
this
How are
area?
you liking New York, by the way?
Well, I don't feel like I'm in New York because it
We
feels like in the
deep-
middle of
Got here and
nowhere.
we've
Deep
literally
Brooklyn.
been in this crib since.
Yeah.
We're deep in Brooklyn.
We're
Well, we'll
deep in
go out. We'll
Brooklyn.
have some fun in the city.
It's party in NYC.
For sure. And you're going to come to the show. You're going to come to a show. And
I
you're going to hear
kinda
my
feel
real...
Like I have no choice but to say.
my real... Yeah, I got him.
Vibes.
Yeah. And you're like, you're going to show me this footage if I don't show up.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Smart way to do it, honestly.
Thank you. I'm a marketing
Okay, so
guru.
we realized that there's a lot of icks. What's one ick that a girl does?
I don't like... well, just one. The thing that bothers me, I actually not to feel like we're attacking you, but like I don't like the game of the hard to get. I like the honest. I'm also like in my mid-30s. I like the let's just be honest. If you're in, you're in. If you're not, you're not. I'm not gonna wait to text. I'm not gonna worry about texting 3 times.
But if, let's say she texts you first every time, are you a bit turned off?
Not if I like the person.
Not if you like them?
So that's a great barometer. Like if you send me 3 texts and I'm not gonna be like, this girl's too hot and too interested in me. What an insane thing to say.
Yeah.
I just don't like that person. if
Guys,
she
I
does
feel
that.
like I'm learning so much today. I'm learning the when someone's interested, it doesn't really matter what you
Exactly.
do.
It is.
You can't fuck up if somebody's interested in you.
That's true.
The only time you're like, what?
what we
And
did.
questioning, and you're like, oh my God, why didn't he answer? It's because he's just not that into you from the start.
They should make a movie about that.
I think they do.
They did.
I knew where you're going.
Yeah.
He's just
Are
not
you
that
like
into you.
are you like a dater? Are you like a dating apper?
I have dated apped. I haven't in years. I met the last girlfriend on a dating app, but honestly, we switched from dating app to Instagram immediately.
Oh, that's not good. You know, I like not.
Well, you know you hate that, yeah. But it was it was pandy time, so she was like studying and getting ready for that, and I was trying
So what app was it?
Tinder?
Raya.
Oh, big boy.
big
on the
boy.
rise.
Yeah, I mean anyone can be on Raya.
I never saw you on Raya.
Well, you live in a different country.
That's
I don't know
That's not true. There's
Never
no one I
stopped
ever
anyone.
match with that's from Montreal.
how many country miles do you have your thing set to?
Most of the people I match with are New Yorkers.
Oh yeah, I mean this was like 2000. I guess
Probably
19,
20.
20.
Oh, okay.
No, but we had matched, I think maybe in 19. I'm bad at this. This could be like, I'm bad at this.
Wait. What was your bio?
My bio.
I know one guy had let's match and never talk again, and I was like, okay, I fuck with this guy.
Yeah, I've seen that 1,000 times.
No.
unoriginal.
Yeah, for sure.
He's like, I actually
Or
started that.
I don't even think I had a bio.
me-
This
let
might
me
have been
go through
pre-bio. Does that make sense? Did they always have bios? I remember my
Also,
song.
I love Peter. Also, I
song?
love the guest you have on now. He's so chill.
Is this live?
This is live. Peter likes you.
Oh, Peter, who was here earlier before.
Yeah. Is this live? Oh my!
I was like,
for
who's
real?
watching this right
You're
now?
like, who's Peter? Where's the comments coming
Also,
in from?
give me a follow on Instagram, Davey. No, I think I didn't have a
Davies.
bio. I had a song. I remember the song. You know that
Which?
song E40 Choices?
No, sing it
He just goes, "Yep, nope." Well, it's a perfect song when you're swiping.
for sure. I guess so.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
You get a lot of swipe-ins.
You know what it is?
Any
Is like if you
celebs?
get that,
Can't talk about it, eh?
not celebs, not on that app. No, I meet my celebs IRL.
Oh.
In real life.
Yeah.
Oh, not in the DMs.
Not in celebs don't really DM.
They don't want any
amateur
trace.
comedians. Yeah, they don't really do that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, girls, because no girl wants to text first. Apparently,
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
What do you think about a girl making the first move?
the best. You guys know we're game. It's so much cooler when you do it because we're like the whole time we're just like we're ready, we're ready, we're ready, we're
yeah,
ready,
but you
we're
know
ready,
what
we're
it
ready.
is for a girl? It's like if I make the first
I
move,
already know what you're
think
gonna
not
say, and I'm
into
like,
me.
yes.
If I have to make the first move, it's because you're not into me enough to make it first.
1000%.
That's how I feel.
Me
I
too.
know
What's
it's
the first move?
incorrect.
Me
What's the
too.
I know
first
it's
move?
incorrect.
What's
but
the first move? Are we on a date? Are we on a date? Just set the scene for me.
No, I'm telling you, like, if I DM you, it's like, why didn't you DM me first? Like, you're not into me. Or like, if we're at a club and I come up to you, in my eyes, I'm like, well, you didn't come up to me because you're not that into me, and I feel like I'm convinced.
What if he didn't see you though? What if he didn't see you on Instagram?
I have truly never in my life, and I'm not a shy person,
Mm-hmm.
but I have never in my life seen an attractive girl at a nightclub and been like, I'm gonna go up and talk to her. What has happened, which is how we met, is that I've seen an attractive girl in a club and been like,
Are
boy,
you calling me attractive?
God forbid I showed too much interest.
Yeah.
Is that I've seen an attractive girl at a club and been like, gee golly, I hope we end up side by side and let's hope I can say something just funny enough. Then we can strike it. But I've never been like, what's up? What's your name? Do you come here? That's so
Yeah. Like a
You
pickup.
come here often?
cringe to me. But even not even a pickup line as so much as like a, hey, what's up? I'm like, I don't know your life. I don't know if you have a boyfriend. I don't know if
Yeah.
you like are just here to vibe out with your girlfriends. I'm not trying to ruin your night. I don't want you to. The last thing I want is
Jesus, ruin your night.
yeah, because the last thing I want to do is like talk to you while you're like.
I feel like
we're
a lot
just
of
trying to
men
have a
feel that
night.
way.
that's fair.
We're just trying to have a night, like, and you with the boots and the thing, and like, that's a scary thing. But do you remember the first thing I said to you when I ran
I don't
into you?
remember what I was wearing.
Yeah,
but
me
I
either.
guess I was wearing boots.
I don't remember the boots. But do you remember the first thing I said?
I don't.
What'd you say?
She was standing at the bar.
I was with my friend Rachel. We were at like it was a bumping spot.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, cool little new. It was. I think it opened that night. Nightclub.
Who am I showing up in New York City at the opening?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, Outer Heaven. Those are the homies. Shout
yes,
out.
it was a vibe.
But you were, I saw you as soon as you were there. As soon as I walked in, and then I had a night, whatever. Came back to the bar, and you're back towards me, and I didn't even know it was you, frankly. And I just saw some girl scrolling through to see who had watched her stories, and I leaned in and I was like, "Did he watch your story?"
I remember that. Now that you mentioned it, I
Yeah.
remember
Pretty
that. That I mean,
And you
pretty
looked
good.
mortified, and you're like, "No."
now I'm like, wait, who was I wanting to see? Who's on
Exactly.
there?
Yeah, who are you looking for?
You know what it is? It's like embarrassing, but also like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it is the
It was
worst.
like brought back to reality. Like, what are you doing? You're in, an opening of a cool spot. There's cool people. What are you doing?
That's what I was there for.
1000%.
I was there to humble.
Yeah, you came, you humbled, you conquered.
Yeah.
When you scroll through your stories to see if someone,
That's it. Like,
I think a part of you dies. The good news is when you
Yes.
catch someone else doing it, that part grows back.
You know what part of you really
100%.
dies? Is when you go through their following and see if they followed anyone new. That's like your whole body dies.
Ugh,
You just
God,
go
it's
home.
so
well, you're
sick.
actually in the grave.
Yeah, you're dead at that point.
Kanye had a lot of crazy things when he said let's get rid of the likes on Instagram. I was like, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
You took off your likes on your stuff?
That was like years before the hide the likes thing was even a thing.
Oh.
This was years before
He
was
got
like,
rid of it
"Let's get
because
rid
it
of
just
likes."
worked better in his favor.
Sure. I mean, people make a career out of that, which is its own thing. But like, there is a thing like what are we getting trapped in the likes? And it goes back to this first point. It's like what validation are we seeking that you're gonna text me first, but I text you first because I have an ego and I don't want to be hurt if you don't answer. Send the DM. Send the DM.
You know what
The
I
worst
think-
that happens is they don't answer.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what,
worse.
guys?
That's bad though.
I am so happy we are having males on the podcast.
Yeah, it's
this
about
week.
goddamn time.
It's about time because there's so many people that come up to me and they're like, I love your podcast, but I feel like you speak on men and you don't understand men. So I think this is a great, like, even just these last 2 episodes, I feel like we're getting to know what men are really thinking. So girls, if you're interested in a guy and a guy like doesn't know you exist, shoot your shot. Like, just do it. And if it's a no, it's a no. If they answer, beautiful. But like, let's stop being, I guess, so I'm gonna wait for the guy to write to me. Like, I'm gonna wait for the sky to fall. Like, I guess just shoot your shot.
Yeah.
I should be taking that advice.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Shoot or shoot. Shoot a shot.
What else? What else should girls do?
Anal. No.
Did you know that
We're not gonna laugh a little more at that.
Yeah, I thought that.
I thought it was good,
You
but
turned
this
into-
is about this.
You turn into a church.
You turned
Did
it
you know-
instant.
You're like,
No.
next subject.
Yeah.
Did you know that
Who's a no?
rich married woman, I think, or rich middle-aged women are like more likely to have anal
Yeah.
than anyone else?
That makes
That's
sense.
like something about rich women.
Let's back it up because I have an important message. Say what you just said again.
Rich
Yeah.
married women are more likely
Oh,
to have
rich married women.
Married
I
or
think it's
middle age. So, ladies, if you want to feel
middle-aged
rich,
or married.
have
Can
anal.
I Google the fact before we move on? I don't want to fuck it up. I'm gonna Google the fact just to make sure we're not.
I mean, it makes sense.
I wanna
I
make it
think
factual.
it's the final frontier. It's like you've been having vaginal sex their whole lives. Let's mix it up a little bit. I think that's maybe why.
Have you ever hooked up with a guy?
Never.
Will you?
No. God bless him.
I can't even find.
God bless him.
I can't even find the statistic now.
I'm gonna. You know what I love running with?
But-
Half a fact. So
Yeah,
let's
I
go
love
with it.
like I feel like
Oh,
it's
well,
probably true.
Welcome to the Chemical X podcast.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're
run
here.
Off, like I'm pretty sure this is true.
It
might
feels
not be,
true to
but
me.
If it
It's-
feels true, then it's true.
If we all can believe it, Veronica, you're good.
if I can convince you guys,
that's all that matters.
that's all that matters. Then it's true. In this
I agree with it. Yeah.
And these 3 balls, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. I think. I don't. Should we keep talking about anal, or do you want to talk about something else?
I
We
mean,
can talk about it.
I feel like he really wants to talk about anal.
No.
Are you
so
big
what?
anal boy?
My screen name actually. It's Big Anal Boy.
BAB.
Okay,
B-A-B.
wait.
Dan
Why do
Davies,
you like
BAB?
anal? Why do you like anal more than pussy?
Who said that?
Blowjobs or sex?
I like the intimacy of sex.
So you're giving.
But
up
I'm choosing blowjobs.
And with that said, give me head or give me death. I think, yeah, it's something I like. Yeah. Well, sex is like 2 people. Not that
Yeah.
blowjobs can't be 2 people. There's a lot of people that find a lot of. You asked why I like anal more than vaginal sex, which no one has said. And is not necessarily true. And
Not
you.
necessarily.
Hold on, guys. Necessarily, which makes me think my point is proven.
We could talk about. I
Okay, wait.
think-
Why do you like anal?
First of all, to be clear, and I'm not. I only like it if she likes it. If they're into it,
I hate when men
I'm
say
into it.
that.
Why would I
fucking
want to
hate when-
engage otherwise? Why would I be like, you
But,
don't like this?
No
Well,
one
I
would,
do.
No,
No
one
one-
would like anything that the other person doesn't like.
No, that's
No,
not true.
that's not
Sometimes you
true.
do things and you compromise in relationships to do
But
what
you like
your
it
partner
because you're
wants.
pleasing.
It's so much hotter when it's her idea. I don't think I've ever. It's so much hotter when she's like, "Should we put it?" And I'm like, "That's what a fantastic idea you just had."
You're like, thank you for
Wow.
bringing that up. Actually,
Yeah,
I would really like to. Do
yeah, it's so cool. I don't want to convince anyone to do anything sexually. That's not hot to me at all.
But would you ever bring up an idea? Would you be like, I'm down
Sure,
to try
I'd be
this?
yes, and I have and will and whatever, and I'll be like, "Yeah, is that? Do you ever do that?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "All right."
Okay,
What
boring
I
pussy
don't
it
like
is.
is like it's like no one likes that. I'm like, that's an incorrect statement. There's like loads of middle-aged rich
Okay,
women
wait.
who
When
do.
someone's giving you a blowjob, do you like a little?
I
up
don't,
your butthole?
I don't like a finger in my butthole.
Did
A
you
lot
try,
of guys
though?
too. Yeah, it just feels like you're scratching me.
Oh.
Because her nails are too long.
I'm just too. That's not my thing. I like a
Like
tongue.
your-
But you need
asshole's
to,
very
but you
clenched.
Need to,
Yeah,
you
I
need
like a
to
tongue.
Want it.
We could talk about
We could
Okay,
talk about a
so
little
tongue is fine.
tongue is great.
Finger is
Okay.
intrusive. I feel like.
It's just not. It's not for me.
It depends how you go in. If you go in with nails, yeah, it scratches.
me
But if
see
your
the
nails
nails.
are very short and you're going in with like the palm, it's like less. You're just like,
Like the finger.
yeah, it kind of feels like a tongue.
What's it?
Yeah, in is not my vibe.
Okay.
But God
is
bless
a
those guys who like it
Yeah.
and the girls who are willing to do it.
Would you let someone peg you?
No, I can't do a finger. You think I'm engaging in pegging?
What about for 50K?
Yeah, I'll do anything for 50K.
Very different than our last guy.
Yeah, I'll do anything for 50K.
Oh, 50K?
50K.
I'll
yeah.
do anything for $1 million.
Just a million.
Are you sending a nude for 50K?
To
You're
No,
like,
no,
I
no.
send for
Not
50
send-
cents.
What did I say?
I don't know.
Would you? I think it was like, would you? Oh yeah, would you sell a nude? Yeah, true.
sell a nude?
Would you sell a nude for 50K?
Yeah. Who's
Yeah.
buying it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what if it goes viral?
Fucking
I made 50K. on that.
ka-ching.
Yeah.
Men and women are so different.
You wouldn't sell a nude?
I would sell a nude.
Not for 50K.
You sent nudes.
Sell.
Like I've sent, but it has to be like either my boyfriend or someone. Like I don't just like send and like hope to the gods of when I'm famous that, I mean, maybe one or two little slip ups, but for the most part.
But I mean, if you know you're selling it and you know it could get out there, that'll be the bombest nude of your life.
I hear you. Seems that way in 2023. What about in 2027 when it pops out? Not so hot anymore.
I mean,
Do you think it'd be hotter in 3 years?
I'm gonna make
Yes.
sure it's a fucking
That's
hot.
the vibe.
Do you think it'd be hotter
I'm
in
gonna
3
make
years?
sure
Yes.
it's a hot nude. I'm not publishing. What do I say?
Hold
never,
on, he
never
just
send a
said that
nude you
I'm
wouldn't get
I'm-
famous off of.
He just said that I'm getting uglier with age. So
No, you
you
know.
met me last year, so what are your thoughts?
Was it last year?
Are we
Yeah,
going
kind
up?
of. It was like January. It was my birthday weekend. It was January.
Yeah. Okay.
Till 6 months. So not a year ago. So how does she look in 6 months? Better?
Yeah. You're doing more of the naked underwear try on clothes things on Instagram, which I want to talk to you about.
This is an intervention.
There's
Let's
a new
just dive right in.
there's a new trend. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where the girls are showing their fits, their OOTDs, and they're starting in their underwear, holding up their pants, and then it jump cuts and their pants are on and they button. And then it jump cuts and their boobs are splashing together as they put the top on. And then it jump cuts hair, zhuzh, lip. Okay? And so
hilarious.
my thing is I'm not making fun.
Well, don't make
But
fun.
I'm not
'cause
making fun.
You asked for my number, so be
What do
careful
you think I
say.
jerked off to last night? No, I'm just kidding.
There you go, Dan.
But who is that for?
The men and the women.
It's the men and the women?
It's because it's called you have a wide audience of people that you're trying to
Okay.
appease.
Okay.
It's also called you probably have more of a male following, but you want to post fashion content.
Okay, but can I be honest?
Because
Okay.
I think that like that starter clip of like not having the clothes on brings in one type of person, but like the end clip brings in another audience. So
To
it's like
be-
you're kind of doing both.
To be honest, I think it's just like the transition of how you go from like just being in an underwear and thong to like what is your full look. If you already kind of start with your dress on, then it's like, oh, what, you put on earrings, you put on heels, like that's great, but like you could kind of get the vibes of what the look is before.
Yeah.
Yes, but there are some people that do the same videos, but like start in like just like a black tank top and leggings.
Yeah.
And then like switch into the outfit.
I'm not that girl.
No, I'm
No,
not saying
but,
that,
like,
but I'm
We're not
like,
saying
it
it's
just
bad. We think
I'm just
we
saying
think
that
you
it
should keep
appeals
doing
to-
it.
No.
I think it appeals to like more people.
Do you
The thing though is when I'm doing it, I'm so numb, I guess. Like I don't think like, oh my God, I'm in an underwear and thong. Like I don't look at it as like, whoa. Does that make sense?
I mean, it's the same
Like
thing
I'm
as
just
a
like,
bikini
whatever. I
pic.
see my body all the time. I know what's up. Like I don't think people are like, oh my God, she's starting off in an underwear. But then people will write things and I'm like, should I be thinking about this a little bit more? You know? And then I'm like, okay, well, we're going to start with the outfit already on. When you're on social media and you realize that you start getting a lot more likes when you're more nude, then it kind of like entices you to do things that are a little bit more out of your character because you're getting more attention for it.
Absolutely.
So you're like, okay, like I'm getting more attention. Maybe I should like gear more into this direction, right?
sex sells?
But you know what? It's the same thing with like content. It's like people want to see people do crazy shit and they want to see them push the limit because that's what people like. They like to watch you push the limit. But you have to go like more and more and more and say the more controversial stuff and the crazier stuff. And like you see this with
Yeah.
every content creator, every YouTuber,
Yeah.
every TikToker. They like have to keep pushing the bar higher and higher and higher. And then
Yeah.
like you eventually get to a point where it's like just a little too far and then everyone hates you.
That's
And
called
it's like,
OnlyFans.
I don't feel like the bar is OnlyFans.
No?
No. But I feel like there is a bar that everyone hits at some point and then everyone turns on you. But it's like, you brought me here. So I think it's the same thing with that kind of content. It's like, you could be like, well, why are you doing that? It's like, oh, well, why are you watching it? Why are so many more people watching it if I'm doing this? It's like, it's like, how are you going to point the finger and be like, girls shouldn't be, I'm not saying this is you, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying like, people will be
Yes,
like,
yeah.
women shouldn't be half naked on Instagram, whatever. But then it's like, okay, so then why do all the half naked pictures get all the attention and
Crazy.
go viral?
How about the pictures girls post with their boyfriends? It's like that one gets 8 likes,
Can I
but the
tell
one
you-
of her alone, 800 likes.
It's like I feel like the audience fuels it and then like gets mad at you for it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The
You have a
reason,
moment
I'll
coming.
tell you why the reason I'm not on OnlyFans is, and this is like quite deep, because I don't feel like I will attract the type of man I want if I'm on OnlyFans. That's the only reason. That's literally the only reason.
Sure.
Like I feel like the type of person I want does not want a girl who's on OnlyFans, and that's the only reason I'm not on it.
I think that's an okay reason. I don't think that's fucked up. Do you think that's fucked up?
She thinks it's a bit fucked. I see hers for
No, I don't think it's fucked up, but I also think like
I know I could do it,
That has
and
its
I
own-
know
I also think if it was something you wanted to do but weren't doing just because you want to find a certain type of guy, then I would be like, well, then you shouldn't do that. But if it's like not something you want to do and like you're okay not doing it because for the specific type of person you want, then that's okay. But I think if you're trying to like not be some type of way to appeal to someone else, do you know what I'm saying? It depends. It depends
for sure.
what you want.
But I think a lot of women will start OnlyFans and then have like a hard time finding like a partner because it's like that type of person they're looking for is probably looking for somebody who doesn't have OnlyFans, and it's like.
Well, then that's the hit. Then men can be a bit hypocritical in that.
Oh,
moment, too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's like they
I'll
will
I'll
definitely
admit
sign
it.
up to that account and then they'll also not date that girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean.
But I don't know.
I'm subscribed to 3 of them right now.
Really? Are you?
It's true. I think a lot of people like.
I just don't want to lose that opportunity to like find that quality guy, and like the reason being of why he will choose not to be with me is because I have OnlyFans.
Can
And
I
it's
s-
like I'm not judging
Yeah.
like anyone who does have it. I just feel like
Sure, I get what you're saying. I would.
is
I
it?
would
I know
argue-
it's fucked up, and people might be like, "Well, that's kind of like."
I don't think it's fucked up. Sound off in the comment section. But I do think a bigger impediment to you finding this boy is you just not texting this boy.
But
You're like, text me.
can I say something?
Yes.
Would you, if you knew you could have the guy you wanted if you didn't have a podcast, would you have not had a podcast? If someone before you started a podcast, they'd be like, the guy you want, you're never gonna get him if you start a podcast. Would you still do it?
Yeah, his podcast.
I would still podcast.
See, because
So-
that's what I'm saying. Because it's something you
But
want to do.
podcasting and like being nude.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's like it's so the reason you're not doing OnlyFans isn't necessarily for the guy. It's not something you really want to do.
No, it is
with.
because like if I think about how much bank I can make if I go on it, if it wasn't for the guy, I'd probably be on 100% actually in that sense.
Podcast versus podcast.
No, I actually truly believe that like the reason I'm not in it is because I feel like I still like, well, I feel like my family would disown me, 1, and 2, because I feel like the person I'm looking for is not looking for that also.
right.
Do you know a lot of people that OnlyFans?
And like some people have
why?
OnlyFans that they don't even like get nude, and
True.
that's totally like.
Yeah, they just do feet.
But you know what? I have a girlfriend who she's on OnlyFans and she doesn't go nude. And now everyone's like, okay, that's what you think. Like she definitely goes nude. And she's like studying to be a lawyer. And she's like, it just like helps me. It brings in a lot of money. But like just the stigma against like
OnlyFans.
being an OnlyFans girl is a problem. And she's like, I don't really like fuck with it. And I don't want it in my bio.
What's her at?
I think nude or not is just like it's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah. When you
No?
send a nude, do you send one in that moment that you just took, or do you have like a stockpile of nudes?
I send in the moment.
You send in
Yeah.
the moment.
Yeah. I always feel weird sending an old nude because I just feel like they'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we do.
Then
And
you
the-
got to screenshot it, crop it. You got to make
Oh,
sure that the time,
The time
adds up.
adds up. And then like you also got to be like, what if they ask for another one? Then how am I gonna,
Yeah.
you know? Because I've
Yeah.
picked out when people have sent me nudes that were not
Oh
from
yeah, that's
Wait,
the whole
how?
the day
thing.
of multiple things.
How? Time?
Time,
whatever.
Also like beard.
Okay.
Like
Beard.
I could tell if you had a fresh cut or not.
Nail
like,
polish.
For
okay,
girl,
like
for girl.
like
Or
nails.
the guys you date.
So
I don't
nice
know.
having a guy on. You really get the scoop.
It's true, yeah. Nail polish is a good one.
Yeah.
I always do a little French mani though, so it can't go wrong.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I
Keep
mean, is it
don't tie
outgrown?
something.
Is it new? Is
Yeah.
it thinner? Is it thicker?
I always go with, like the hair
Hair.
for a guy, cause like I feel like for a guy you really
Yeah, but
know
sometimes
where
guys
they are.
don't post their face. Mm-hmm. So like it's harder to tell.
Yeah.
Are they manscaped?
So Dan, do you know Manscaped?
I'm familiar.
Are you manscaping
Yes, with the tool as well.
with the Manscaped?
And I don't want to make this ad too long, but I'm a recent subscriber to Manscaped.
And
Why was I so late?
why were you?
I think I thought I could. I'm a big DIY guy,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I fancy myself a bit of an artist, but like, I've had too many close calls.
Yeah,
you
not
bring-
not a hedge clipper.
Do you bring your Manscaped in the shower with you?
It lives in the shower.
Waterproof, guys.
It's waterproof, and I can't think of a better. I mean, it's a good name.
Good branding too.
I really love it. I didn't think I was gonna love it. I was like, this is for corny dudes who don't know how to be like hygienic.
Yeah.
Sign me up, baby.
sign everybody up, and also sign them up with our discount code Chemical X, because you're gonna get 20% off. And there's over 8 million men worldwide that use Manscaped.
I think more
and,
now.
And Dan is one of them.
1,000,001. I'm gonna get a new. That's the code. I'm gonna get a new
Chemical
one.
X.
I need one
20%
for every room.
So you'll receive 20% off and free shipping, basically to get laid. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
I feel like guys are more likely to put their face in a nude than a girl.
Yeah, that's true.
Girls are like, they'll get a kind of like
They'll
angle.
remove their tat from the pic just so
Yeah.
in case it happens to them.
Whereas,
But like,
I'm
but like a
something.
guy's
whereas
type
guys are
of nude,
putting their tats in the nude.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
editing.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, now that
a
you-
guy's type of nude is always like a mirror pic like this,
Yeah.
covering the face, or like you see a little bit of the face. I
Or
feel
like they're
girls are-
actually in bed and they're just...
I never really get like a.
You gotta go this way. It's bigger this way.
I don't.
Do
Like,
you ever like compare it to anything?
To my buds, we have a little group chat. We all send them to each other.
but I don't think.
It's called a wood chat. And we just send dick pics to each other. So that way, if we like one of our friends is better than the other.
Now
just
we
pick
know why
that
he
one
likes...
and send it over.
to send it over.
Do you send dick pics?
I have sent a dick pic.
Would you recommend or no?
I hate it. Right. I like feel like I do it after it's been asked for several times.
Yeah.
I've never asked a guy for a dick pic.
Do you just get them?
in
You
my
have,
life.
right?
Only
In
unless it's
relationship.
been a
In
boyfriend.
relationships.
Oh yeah,
In a relationship,
Oh, I
but
don't ask for a
Veronica,
fucking-
single, have you ever asked for a dick
No.
pic?
Or
Okay.
someone like you're seeing like a little bit.
Okay, that's fair.
But I never ask for a dick pic.
I'm only doing.
I'll
it,
never
be.
be like, show
You
me
ask
your
for a little
cock.
I could probably
Unless you're my
count. I could
boyfriend.
probably count on one hand how many I've sent. Like how many people I've sent.
Right.
I don't want it to. I would like. It's a trust thing,
right.
Yeah.
so I have to get a good vibe there.
But like, I need to know as a guy, if you get a girl send you a nude, are you like, I'm showing this to all my boys?
No.
Be honest.
There are boys that do that, and I for sure have had some moments where I've not been the best in that situation as a young lad.
But ever since you've been
no,
into
I like
anal?
it being my secret. I like
Yeah.
it. I like that's hot to me. It's like it's a
But
my
I
thing.
don't get.
Yeah,
for me,
I agree with
for
that.
me, if you're trying to like show off, I don't know. For me, it's like, do you want to fuck your friends?
Hold on.
Well, also, why would you want your friends to want to fuck your girl?
No.
I think that's weird.
No, I don't. There's like, no.
You feel, or I feel like you're trying to get validation from your friends. So who you really want to fuck is your friends.
There's a way I can tell I like a girl is
Yes.
yeah.
I agree with that.
Well,
Like,
now we're
no?
talking. Now I
Yes.
feel like we should be laying down on the couch talking about this.
Like, come on, it's Pride Month here.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Pride Month, he's into anal. Look at that.
Crazy.
Where did Peter go?
Shout out to Peter, who's doing God knows
Well, you know
right
what?
now.
Actually, when I was hooking up with a guy, after we finished having sex, he was taking pictures of me when I was getting dressed.
Did you know?
At first, didn't know, but like he was making it like clear.
Obvious.
He didn't like take a pic and like he was hiding
Yeah.
and he stopped. He was taking a couple pictures, and then like I left and I was like, "What are you doing?" And then I left and I was like, "Well, I know what he was doing. He's probably like trying to prove to his friends, like, bro, like I hooked up with her." And that was like
Proof.
delete those. Like I was like, I had so much anxiety. I'm like,
Yeah.
you. First of all, it's not one thing where we're hooking up a couple times and it's like I just want to masturbate to the pictures. It's like, no, you have to prove to your friends that this wasn't like you making up a story.
We don't know if that's true. That's a big leap. It could just be him having
like
this.
the first
Like hookup.
I don't think. I think that's. I think that's a big leap to assume that he's doing that just to prove that he banged.
I'm normally right when I feel away.
Nah, I mean it could be the number of things. I don't think that means it's.
But
just for
don't you
that.
feel like not comfortable to like start taking pictures of somebody you don't know well enough?
No, it's that. I mean, I'd have to. I have to know way more about that
But
scenario.
right, which is I'm saying like, let's say it happens on a first date. Wouldn't you be like, what the fuck?
Also, isn't it like, what if it was like, is it a difference? And be honest, if it was like a phone doing that versus like he had this like cool like wind up 35mm film and he's in LA
I'll be
and
Why
he's
do
got
I
a
feel like
bracelet.
that? I'm like, okay,
That
what
I'm
do you
like,
want me to do?
Yeah, do you
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So like, what are we
It's like
talking
artsy.
about here?
It's like,
But like,
yeah, and
the
you'll
memes.
never. Yeah. Wait, what are you doing?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, stop. Put that down.
Yeah, put that down because I need to fix myself. Yeah.
but also like, I don't know.
Yeah, this is the
I know
line.
what you mean though. I think I'm though the type of person to take pictures, but like with I don't know.
With
Like
a
I like to
partner.
take pictures because I like to look back on them,
Mm-hmm.
but I usually initiate it. Like it's like remember you were saying like the girl should initiate anal. I feel like the girl should initiate taking pictures.
I think
Even like filming,
I
sex tape,
agree.
anything, it should be the girl that's like, let's film it, or like,
Totally.
or like here's my phone,
1,000
like take a picture, like let's take this picture.
1,000%.
Totally.
1,000%.
Like if you want to play it safe, I think wait for the girl to initiate. In
it's
most
just
things.
I think I couldn't agree more. It's
Thank
so
you.
much. It's so much harder for sure. Like I say this not to sound like someone that's like, oh, I've never nudged.
Have you ever been like,
Yeah.
a girl's giving me a blowjob, I'm just gonna pull out my phone and record it?
No, for sure that's happened. Not like no, like
And I want it to be like true to like how women go through shit.
no, for sure I've recorded that moment.
You don't have to hold the dick so closely.
But
take the
for sure,
condom
it's
off.
like, it would be hot if you.
So small.
Can we? Okay, relax.
It is.
Okay, is it bigger like this?
Yeah.
Because it's blacker.
Thicker.
For sure, it's like, this is, you look so hot. This looks so hot.
Can
Can
I
we
take-
take a video?
Yeah.
Okay, but have you ever just like pulled out your phone?
No. Oh my God, I'd be terrified as if this happened, and then I'd be like, Mom? No.
Well, I mean, it's happened to me once.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Happens to me
I'm like,
too.
what are you doing?
That sucks.
I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing? Delete that right now. Ruins the vibe.
What was
ruins
his name?
everything.
Say it right now. Dox
No.
him.
Actually, he's a New Yorker, so I'm really not saying it.
Dox him.
I think it's tough because.
Can we get the
depends on-
bartender to make us some more drinks? Thank you. A splash of both. It depends on what.
I think it depends on the context and why and what that person is thinking and how long you know them too. You know?
I mean, I think you better.
But like a first encounter, whip out the phone, weird.
No, that's unless it's like this is yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
I think you
all
should
these
always
things,
ask.
everything we're talking about right now, all of these things, always text first. They all come. I mean, the world is based on these sweeping generalizations, but there's
Yeah.
so much nuance involved in these
Yeah.
things. And it's like, you ever tell a story that you tell a story about a dating thing, and your friend just looks mortified, and you're like, you have to know the guy,
Yeah.
because it wasn't as bad as it sounds. Like we lose sight of nuance, which is when you hear a story or you read a story, it's like you're missing this really integral part of this.
But everything is that. It's even like we could
Thank
sit
you.
here and talk about don't do this, don't do that. But I think there's so many different situations in which things could be different and so many little details that are so pertinent in like the grand scheme of things where if you just dumb it down to what happened, it's a completely different story.
Yes, but
totally
I also
agree.
think it goes the other way around too, where it's like girls will sometimes be like, "Oh, like you had to be there," but it was like, "No, babe,
yeah.
it's also bad."
Yeah,
but
like, it's
you're
still
just trying
bad.
to like cover it up.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Cover
I've
it up.
heard
I think
like
it-
girlfriends tell stories like, and then this guy did this. I'm like, how did you let that happen? And like, not to victim blame, it's not that at all. But it's like, oh, there's like
Give me an
10 other
example.
things that
Give me an
happen.
example, though.
Oh, well, I don't have one on like that. But it's like, I don't know, like, oh, and then I ended up in the bathroom with this guy, and he just whipped it out. I'm like,
Right.
am
Why
I-
are you in the bathroom?
Why are you in the bathroom? Why did this happen? Then it's like, well, there's a bunch that I didn't know about that story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like,
Fair.
It's not to discount one; it's to invite a conversation, and that every story has 1,000 angles.
That's so true.
But that's what's lost in all of this. I think is like something else happened right before the camera turns on
Yeah.
that we didn't know about,
Yeah.
and so
Facts.
I leave room for that always.
That's why I always
Yeah.
say there's more than just like one side of a story. There's like your side, their side, and
Yeah,
the truth.
Truth.
that's right.
But I think, you know what I realized? I think that you could try to tell a story so identical to how you believe it happened. You
But
could
that's
literally
your
be
mind.
so
That's your
unbiased.
thoughts.
So I'm saying you could be so fucking unbiased and try to be so neutral about exactly what
Yeah.
happened, and the other person who was there will still be like, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a different perception of things. So whether it just be like a tone of voice or something that was said, we could both say the same story with the same words and the
Yeah.
same everything, but have two totally different perspectives on it. And that's why I think it's so difficult to like to I think life is difficult, but I think it's just so difficult to like make people understand situations or anything like that, or to agree upon something, because there's so many different nuances and little things that just change shit up, you know?
I think when I hear you say that, and I agree, I think that just shows. I think that's a lack of empathy, which I think is probably what every issue can distill down to. Is like there's just a lack of empathy, and even it's like, oh, I don't agree with that. That's not my vantage of it. I don't think that's what I saw happen. I don't think that's how I would describe it.
How do you see that as a lack of empathy?
Dive right in.
that you're not willing to see the other side of a story.
I agree with that. I'm
I-
sorry, I have to
I'm
agree
agreeing.
with him
Well,
on
I'm
that.
agreeing with you.
It's like I
see what
always
you're
say to
saying.
you, like 2 + 2 is 4, but also 3 + 1 is 4. It
Yeah.
really just like you can have a completely different perspective, but still understand someone else's like view. You don't
Yeah.
necessarily need to agree, but you just need to be like open-minded enough to be like, I hear what you're saying, and like I took in what you said, but like I still feel this way.
Yeah.
It's like you don't always have to agree with someone or feel like yes.
Yeah.
But you could still be like, I hear where they're coming from. And just there's like relatability. No?
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I was just thinking like maybe it's less of an empathy thing and more of like an ego thing where it's more like so
Listen,
like
those two go
I'm
hand in
correct.
hand.
Yeah, those two. I think you're right again. I think those two are just so aligned. Yeah.
Maybe. I
Or
never thought
maligned.
about it as empathy because like I feel like I'm talking for myself because I'm saying I feel like I'm very empathetic, but I also
I get
have a
that.
big ego.
I don't
like,
get that from you. I get the empathy from you.
No, I feel like I have a pretty big
For
ego.
sure.
I don't know
So-
you.
No, but I feel like in situations I like to be right, but
Yeah.
I'm very empathetic towards like someone's feelings and their emotions, but I'll still be like, but still trying to sell my point out of ego, but not out of lack of empathy. So that's my only reason why I'm like,
100%.
I feel like it doesn't come out of lack of empathy, only for myself. So that's how I'm seeing it.
I would agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like I think when it comes from me, it's coming out of ego, but I'll still understand you.
Yeah.
But I'm still right. Does that make sense?
100
Like it's like,
Veronica?
yeah,
1,000. She said nothing wrong.
How
there.
did you guys meet?
like through friends in high school. But
So
we
last
didn't go
year?
to the same. We didn't go to yeah. We
Are you
didn't go to the
calling
same
us
high school.
young?
Yeah.
Just give us a compliment.
You didn't go to the same high school.
No.
But your friends are friends at high school.
She was friends with my cousin and some other friends.
And
then-
It's
all-
always weird when we say that because
yeah,
it's like,
I wish we had an easier story.
Yeah,
like you were
it's-
my
no,
neighbor.
friends
or
just
something.
kind of
friend
like-
of friend makes sense. That's
Friend of
easy.
friend.
okay, friend of a friend.
Yeah.
Actually, they've been vetted, so if anything, it makes sense.
I
Yeah.
totally agree. Some of my best friends are friends of friends. My business partner, shout out Michael Stauffer, is a friend of a friend. Shout out Brad Gallagher. That we
These
became
all
friends
sound
of friends.
like businessy names.
Yeah.
Michael
we-
Stauffer,
Michael Stauffer.
biz partner for
You're
sure.
gonna see him on Sunday at the bingo show.
I guess we're going to the bingo
I'm just
show.
getting manipulated into this show left
Holy
and right.
shit, I'm like sweating already, and it's not the hat.
Yeah. You're gonna have fun at the show.
Because you're going.
It's fun.
Thank you.
It's drinking, bingo, dancing, comedy.
Okay, wait, so
I like actually all four of those things.
There we go.
Yeah.
Is it like bingo? Like, can you win stuff?
Oh yeah.
Because I could get anywhere with a little prize.
There's 4 games. You
I'm
win
dead,
cash,
Veronica.
You could get me anywhere with a little
cash,
like, yeah, I want a little
merch,
prize.
drinks. Yeah.
Merch. Okay.
You can get me anywhere with gambling.
cash.
Are you a gambler?
That's so sad to say. Like,
Yeah.
Why?
are you a victim?
Well, no, like I enjoy gambling.
Oh, I enjoy gambling with
Cards, sports, condoms.
Slots.
What do you guys risk it on?
slots.
slots and
Sluts?
cards.
Slots.
Slots.
Mine in the
Anything,
gutter.
really.
That's a different
Mine
gambling.
in the gutter.
I just like the thrill of like the ability to win money.
Sure.
I just like the idea of knowing that I'm like leaving this machine, and I know that if I put one last $20, I'm winning $1 million.
So
Yeah.
that you like this guy.
So that's a gambler.
I like the high like energy-ness. That's why I like slots. I think because it's so fun and interactive.
Not
and
the
it feels-
like.
It's not really that interactive, actually. It's very
I like,
repetitive.
I like everything.
but like,
I like
card
like, the,
games is more
bonus round, all this shit. You know, it's like I feel like card games are repetitive.
so the most I ever won was in Vegas, and it was like 10,000 US in a
Whoa.
slot. Not bad.
That's a lot.
that's
That's a
I
great
think
amount.
I've won like $400 ever.
I don't think I've ever won.
It
That-
never won.
yeah.
So you're just losing.
I'm a loser.
You're a big loser.
I'm
When's
a
your
big
birthday?
loser. December 17th.
Are you fucking for real?
Yeah.
I'm December 11th.
That's
That's
why
why I
it's
like
your
11.
You
favorite
could only say,
number.
"Are you fucking for real?" if you shared the same
I was
birthday.
gonna
Like,
say.
I'm confused.
No,
Like,
because I
What?
was gonna
Are you
try
fucking
to,
serious?
are you
My
fucking
birthday?
serious?
I was
My
gonna-
birthday's 9 days after you.
Because I was asking for his sign because I was
know.
wondering what his sign was. So I'm saying, are you fucking for real? Because you're also Sag.
We're
Like,
both
and you were
Sagittarius.
vibing.
that's
you
why I
felt
was
like,
saying, are you fucking for real?
We're
'Cause
Saginas.
We're a couple days apart.
Yeah.
Isn't like my best
Sanginis.
match is such a
Sagittarius, a Sagittarius.
no. My best match is a Libra.
I'm not sure what
And
Aquarius.
I think it's
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
They're good matches though.
Yeah.
They're good
How
matches
would you
because
feel, Veronica?
I would feel good because you're air and we're fire, and what fuels fire? Air. So
Yeah.
you know,
Look at you Canadians talking about fire and
you know
air.
what I mean? Talking about fire.
Oh, yeah.
Fire. We
could
fucked you
drive me
over, eh? A
insane
little
if we
bit
was-
It was bad.
with our fires.
It was bad.
Well, in Montreal, we were basically like peace.
You're like,
yeah, we literally went.
blowing
then
it
it was
down.
And you
in
guys
New
were
York.
like, "Oh my god, we're gonna put on."
You guys were
masks."
orange. It was orange
We were
in the
fine.
Big Apple,
Well,
Montreal.
Yeah,
So
I
don't know
love
how
that we
works.
gave so many tips for women because I feel like I took a lot out of this episode.
You learned a lot. This is a big episode for you.
This is a big episode for me. It's
We're gonna
making
pin
me
this.
realize that like I need to put my ego aside and like
yeah.
realize that like
It's
hello.
maturity. I think like no, wait.
I also think she's immature.
I wasn't talking about you.
No.
I'm saying that like the people
No,
breed
but
you
by
to
the
be
way,
a certain
guys,
way.
I think I'm immature.
But
self-awareness is the first step.
But
Do
what I
we
was
know
gonna
how-
say is people breed you to be the way that you are in a way, like you are your environment. So if you're constantly dealing with guys who will be less interested because you're more interested, that'll push you to forcefully be less interested in order to keep them. So I think when you're with people that are mature and like reward interest, you'll want to show that you're interested because they're rewarding the fact that you're interested.
Veronica, 1,000%.
It's like a dog.
I don't think you've ever said something more real and honest. Because like seeing you in your like very healthy relationship and seeing what like interest looks like is definitely made me go, oh, okay, yeah, no.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm just trying to say I don't think it's just you. I also think it's a product of your environment, of people.
But I don't think I feel like I hang out with people who are like,
Not hang out. I'm saying maybe more the people you go for might be more the type that want a girl who's gonna play hard to get, that want a girl who's gonna be less interested.
I think I was a little bit more like that in the past, but
That's the problem with
this society.
That's the problem with a type. When you have a type.
It's not my thing anymore. Like I think when someone shows interest and is like mature enough, like I'm into it. It's. Would you agree? Like I changed a little bit in that sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm like great.
But I think it's just gonna like go from there.
Thank God.
Because like that kind of person will also want you to be interested. Because that kind of person is also gonna lose interest if you're not interested. Because if like, see, I'm the type of person where it's like I'll let you know if I'm interested, and if you're playing games back with me, I'm just gonna be like,
I think that kind of guy just sucks. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of masochist is that just wants to keep texting someone that doesn't want to be texted back? Like that.
yeah.
What behavior are you like improving? Yeah, it seems nasty.
But I
I just realized I'm a little drunk, by the way.
really?
I mean, I've been filling up your drinks.
Yeah,
I guess
Ask
I'm
me-
drinking water, so I guess I'm just on the same.
You want a bit of a
vibes here.
drinker, you guys?
I'm drunk. Ask me
No.
anything.
I just got ear surgery, so I can't be.
Lobes done smaller?
my
Let me see. Show me.
Yesterday I did them.
Oh my god, honey.
Someone's
Oh my god.
No one knocked.
They look so goth right now.
I know they're like more emo than they were with.
So you had the big gauges,
not that big, but
and they brought them in. And is that hard to do?
So basically, I'll tell you the story. From
I
the start.
love.
When I was 14, I got stretchers, and I went up pretty big. I probably went up to like not pretty big there, but it was probably like this size. 'Kay?
That's huge by the way.
Yeah. And
This
then,
is huge, just so
Like,
everyone knows.
no, like this, like the size of.
Yeah, I'm making a dick joke.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Huge girth. And I took them out, and I thought that they would go back, and they didn't. And I was like 18.
Okay, last year.
Yeah, last year. And now it's been a while that I've been wanting the surgery, and I finally got it done. I finally prioritized getting the surge.
Good for you.
And then I got it done, and I drove to New York for 6 hours.
So the pain is okay or no? They told you not to drink because of bleeding? Or are you on-
I'm putting it on I was drinking before, and then I realized I probably shouldn't be doing that. I looked at my ears, and I saw they were a little bloody, and I was like, you know what I mean? Probably shouldn't be doing that so
Right.
soon after surgery. You know what I mean? It was
knock
yesterday.
it back. Yeah, have a bit of a break.
Bit of a
And,
break in it.
You are bleeding a little bit.
I am bleeding a
But
little
it's
bit.
hot.
It's a little bit of blood, you know what I mean? So you are a masochist after all.
Yeah.
It was quick.
In and out. You're
They
awake.
snip up. They snip a little piece of your lobe out, sew it up.
Anything
they draw
else?
pizza and then they.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Then they just sew you right back up. And
I
you're on
love
your
it.
way.
And you're on
Yeah.
your.
Now I got some cool 6 stitches.
That had to be your least painful of any surgery you've had done.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know what you were.
He wants to.
implying
He
with
wants to talk about nose jobs because he met me and he brought that up.
that. Oh, I've had a nose job. But the internet loves to tell me that I should get another one.
Hold on. You've had one?
Yeah.
Never.
Never. I'm 6 weeks into mine.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Mazel tov.
I had a severely deviated septum.
Really?
And then she's like, it's so jacked that you have to actually fix structurally the bone and the cartilage
That's
of
what
the
they all
tip.
say.
And I said, are you, this sounds like the thing that everyone asked for. She goes, you're getting the thing that everyone asked for. And I was
Getting
like,
a rhinoplasty.
that's fun.
Okay, wait.
My bill was $0.
Are you fucking for real?
Because you
$0.
pulled it through, like it was
In your face,
medical-
Canada. $0.
But I had a deviated septum too, and
Veronica,
I tried to
let's
get
not
it
bring
covered
up
by insurance,
Canada
and
and
they
US.
basically told me to go fuck myself.
I went to 4 doctors. 3 of them said that they would have to change the bone and cartilage in order to support the septum. Otherwise, it would collapse. One guy said he could do it without changing it if I wanted to keep it. And I had a little bit of a bump and a little bit of a hook. And I said, well,
How do you
no.
feel? How do you
Fix it
feel
up, you know?
knowing that I met you when you had a hook?
How do you feel about it is the better question.
I mean, I noticed there was something different. I'm not
Did
gonna
you?
lie, I
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
I was like, wait, he looks a little bit different. I was
Like,
am I
whoa,
crazy?
whoa.
And then like, 20 minutes in, I'm like, I think he got a no shot.
Yeah.
But that's nice.
It's
though.
still very swollen. It's still very swollen.
Yeah, you could
But
tell.
it's like
Okay, all right.
Okay, well, just kill
I mean,
yourself.
Yeah.
But
Well, not
I
through
like
this.
I
If you
like
jump
when,
out of here, you'll probably just end up like with a broken leg. So
Yeah,
might
you're
as
on the
well
first
try-
floor, but it's nice.
Try the second floor.
Yeah.
Second floor is good.
jump up a little
Yeah.
higher. Looks good though.
I'm happy with this and this.
I like when
This guy come down.
I like when
Yeah,
a
but
guy
the-
has
the-
A nose.
not no. I was gonna say like I
Yes.
think for a guy, when you see like a guy who gets a nose job that's like very like
Yeah.
structured.
Yeah.
One.
I
I don't
wanted to
think you
stay
need that
ethnic.
as a guy.
I wanted to stay ethnic.
Yeah, I don't think you need that as a guy. I think
I think a guy
nice
with a
on
nose
head-
builds
nice.
character,
Yeah.
and a woman with a big nose does not build character.
You just lost a lot of listeners.
Okay.
A lot of lady listeners with big schnozzes.
I just think like I'm always honest here.
I
no.
feel like some girls could pull it off though.
Some
sure.
girls
Some-
can
a lot of-
definitely
a
pull
lot
it
of
off.
guys like a lady
I think
with a
a
big
lot of
nose.
men though will they maybe won't say it, but it's like here I am talking for men, but like I think for a man it's very possible to have a hook nose or a bigger nose.
Totally.
Because it's like your personality comes through. We don't care. He's ugly, but he's funny. Whereas like women have a lot harder of a time to like slide by.
Yeah. I don't
But
make
for
the rules.
anything, not just nose, any physical trait for a
Anything.
girl
I know, Veronica. It's easier being a guy. What would you do if you were a girl?
for a day.
If I was a girl, I would probably just open up an Instagram and see how many DMs I got.
So you'd
Oh,
start
yeah?
an OnlyFans.
No, Instagram. I just like to see if what it would look like to have my
Your shit
inbox
blow up.
light up. Yeah.
Like lots of requests.
I think it'd be
The
fun.
DMs are weird though. I
Yeah,
get the
what do you want? I get a
weirdest
dick
fucking
pic.
DMs.
Whenever it's like this message is hidden, I'm like,
Oh, I'm like clicking
Really?
that
I'm
shit
like
so
this.
fast. I click it so fast.
To see it, to open it.
I'm such.
Do you wanna
a
see the
I'm
weird-
like, hey, but what is it? And
I
then
need
it's
to
sometimes it's
know.
a flyer of like an event, and then
Can you
others,
pull
it's
one
like,
up? Do you have a weird one? Do you have a weird one recently?
Weird messages.
Yeah.
I get weird messages all the time.
Oh my
Actually,
God.
I
me
actually
read my
just made a
last one.
video.
Let's give
on
me some weird
TikTok.
ones.
I just
me
made a
read my
video
last
on
one in
TikTok, so I
requests.
have some screenshots actually.
Oh, I want to see this.
But
now
this
we're
one
talking.
I
said-
hope you burn a hell. You don't deserve love. You don't deserve anything good. I hope you die. I don't support girls like you, even if you're suffering from an abortion. I hate your guts. You deserve to fucking die. You're so rude, offensive. I really hope you burn to hell.
Okay, well, don't read the text I sent you. That's rude.
that was their first text.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit aggressive.
It's Dan.
Yeah. By the
But
way,
I mean,
it's
I
that.
get a lot of those.
Okay, I want to hear like how about a
You want to
funny,
hear a happy one?
a happy funny DM slide that you're like, if I didn't have a boyfriend, maybe I'd be into it. Veronica, or are you over
Oh,
here?
a happy funny.
A happy funny.
Well, this one. Okay, this one's not. This one's not. If I didn't have a boyfriend.
Well, let
but
me get out of my
somebody,
request then.
Somebody DM me. Hey, make me most happiest person, and if I'm lucky, meet me and gift me one night.
Can
with
I
a
read it
heart.
like Borat?
You can if you want.
Hold on. It was.
Hello, meet me like most happiest person, and if I'm lucky, meet me, gift me one night, handshake, heart emoji.
Oh, you're really good at this.
But like for me, it's like okay, so you're saying I'm an escort, but you're also saying you want volunteer. You want
Sure.
me to gift you a night? Like how
Give me
offensive?
let me
is
read
that?
another
Sometimes
one.
I dream of being
Another
single
one?
just to see what those tits look like. Prop world's tops.
Dream of being single.
Well, now see, that's kind of sweet. He has a girlfriend. He's going, I'm respecting my girlfriend or wife, but I am dreaming of your tits.
Do
But
you want me to read the messages up or?
yeah,
That is so fucked up.
Yeah, that's pretty deep actually.
I think it's nice. He's being a good boyfriend.
Sometimes I dream of being single just to see what those tits look like. Prop world's tops.
Assuming that he
I
would
obviously
see
went
them.
on his account, checked his girlfriend out. Sick
And?
body.
Sick body.
That's nuts.
That's a funny one.
What's your riz? What's your pickup line?
I don't have a riz. I don't have like a line that feels inauthentic. Anytime I talk to someone, I really like to just think about like what they are and how to like communicate.
But
with
that's
them.
your Riz. Because
Sure.
Riz is not a line.
Yeah.
Riz is like your Riz. Like it's like your kind of style of how you go about it. So maybe
Yeah.
yours is like I mean, that was a Riz is doing something creative.
I think that because when you see me at a show, it's like okay, you see my stand up, you get a pretty good sense of like what I am, and you're either in or out. Like there's no like or like intrigued, I guess.
Yeah.
But so like you get a pretty good sense of like my sensibility at that point.
Do you think that you get more girls as a guy being good looking or being funny?
That's. Are you indicating that I may or may not be decent looking?
I'm indicating what you think gets more girls. I'm saying like, because you're saying I pick up most of my girls at a show, so I'm saying, okay, do you think the funniness is what gets girls, or do
And
you
I
think
feel like if
being
anyone can
good-looking?
answer that, it's you, because you're going pre-nose job, after nose job, funny, still funny.
But you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because I have an opinion on it, so I want to know what you're gonna think.
As a guy growing up who was like skinny, nerdy, had to be funny. Like I always thought it would be way easier to be like tall, brolic, jaw, handsome. I was like, those guys have it so easy.
Just to take
Yeah.
the pill.
Yeah. Is that your pill?
Yeah.
Okay.
No
take it.
babies allowed over here.
Sure. So I always was like, man, if I was fucking 6'4" and just like talk like this, like it would be so much easier.
I don't know if that's
to
the
meet a
voice
person.
we want.
And I
for
think
us
it
to-
was true. I think that's true until like now, and girls at like whatever 27 are like, those guys kind of suck.
Yeah.
And now there's like a big win for like dorks.
Personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now's the time to be a nerd.
And funny.
And sure.
I don't
funny.
think you're a nerd. Are you a nerd?
I think I was a nerd. Yeah.
I
think
get
I
that
was a nerd.
vibe a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I feel
But like,
you-
I think nerds
I
are
feel like you're a bit
hot.
cool.
Oh, that's
You have like cool energy. For me, someone who's cool is someone that can like talk to anyone. I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't think being good looking makes you cool. I think-
100%.
I think I've met a lot of like good looking guys that are so uncool because they like don't know how to like work a room.
yeah.
You
And
know
I
what
think
it
you're
is?
so
They've just
cool if
been
you can
good
work a
looking their
room.
whole life, so they never had to like
Had
vent
to
to
work a
themselves and
room.
like have to like be funny or
Yeah.
anything. So
That's true
it's
for
like,
both genders, by the way. To be clear.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
You can tell which girls got hot after high school.
Yeah.
just
'Cause they're
saying
the-
we both got nose jobs. Get it over with. Fuck.
Clip it. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. I think it's true though. It's like you were like, you know, or like had the hot sister or friend, and you're like, you know, and then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna like that girl. I'm gonna be the more interesting one, and I'm attracted to the hot one, but I'd much rather date and hang out with that one because that gets hotter to me as it goes on for sure.
I feel like that's nice to hear though as a guy. You know? I feel like we always think like men go for like the hottest and they don't care about personality and stuff, but that's nice to hear.
What are we talking about? Like we talking about like a Friday night, whatever. Like that's a different story than like a girl I want to go to 3 dates with. and,
Okay,
like,
hold on. We're getting a little more. We're getting a little bit more of like what a guy thinks.
But like,
Yeah.
you know what I realized? If you if you use your looks so much to get a guy, let's say, the type of guy you're gonna get
Disgusting.
is not gonna be the type of person that you're gonna be like,
totally.
how do I say this?
I had the truest, like, genuine relationship with when I was like my realist.
Yeah, it's just like when you're gonna get someone based on how you look, that's gonna be what's gonna have to ride you through the relationship.
Yes. Mhm.
And that's gonna be likely the person who's like gonna leave you for someone younger and hotter.
Yes.
Just saying. Like just putting that out as an example. Like let's say you're gonna worry because you're like, I know I got you because of how how I look. So when you meet someone who like really loves you for your personality, you're a lot less threatened by them leaving you for someone else hotter and younger and better.
Facts.
Because you're like, well, I know that it doesn't matter what I look like. I have something special that you can't get with anyone, and it's not about looks.
1,000%.
You know, and that's why it's
Hold
like
on.
if your taste is someone who's going after looks, then that's the kind of person you're gonna get.
Totally,
it's someone
yeah.
who values looks.
Wait,
Yeah.
where did you disagree though?
No, I agreed. I was just thinking about my mom, who was full of life lessons, my mother. And there was a very, like, she's Brazilian. And there was a very, like, Americana, like,
Just say she's the hottest.
right.
Brazilians are.
Well, but, like, the point of this story was that, like, there's, like, this, like, thin, because my mom got, like, she's turned into a mom, you know? She's turned, like, a Latina mom. And there's this, like, thin mother, younger mother down the street. And she was, like, the talk of the block, this, like, hot mom and her husband and whatever. And I remember this woman got an illness that I still don't really know, and it really changed the way that she looked. She became this like other person, and they ended up getting divorced. And my mom, in her like Brazilian like know-it-all thing, was like, "This is why you don't marry for beauty, because you'll never know. This is why they are divorcing." And it was like a real moment of like, just love the person. And I was like, it feels like a cruel way to tell that story, but,
But like,
sure.
But it's
so,
fair.
so
Yeah.
real.
That was
Yeah.
a really good impression, though. I've never met your mom, but
Oh, yeah.
I would say that's probably a really
He's
good
done a couple good impressions. this
Brazilian mom
episode.
impression.
My mom, well, I do. I mean, when you grow up, you get the accent pretty good. So I do it in the, like, I talk about my mom in my stand-up act a lot,
Yeah.
and people like will after the show come up and be like, "That was a really good Brazilian accent." I'm like, "Oh, thanks. Do you have like a Brazilian family member?" And they go, "No, I just watch a lot of 90 Day Fiance."
But I feel like older, like, I don't want to say older people. I don't know how old your
Lots
mom
of
is,
wisdom.
but older people have the funniest ways of proving points.
Oh
Do you know what
my
I mean?
God.
Like that is just such a great example where like this woman is like suffering and your mom's there like, and that's why
It's
you don't marry
giving
for me.
me-
But it's like I feel
It's
like
true.
always like the older generation always has these hilarious ways of being like, you see, kids, that's why you don't cross the road because you're gonna end up like Jimmy.
It's
no
true.
legs.
It's
And
so
you're just
true.
Like, whoa.
I feel like my mom is that girl.
Yeah.
Like she will literally tell you anything you want to know, whether you're ready for it or not. There's no bullshit. There's no
Yeah.
reason to be like, oh, I'm gonna sugarcoat anything. And sometimes it's great, and other times it's like, why the fuck would you say that?
Yeah, I had a new girlfriend that I was so jazzed about.
Wait, so you're 8 days single?
Yes, but this is a story before that.
I know, but I just wanted to get that in.
Okay, yeah. This was
Because I think that was pre-video.
it was. We did talk about how we weren't going to talk about it. It's so this is like years ago, and I started dating this girl. My mom liked the previous girlfriend way more, but I was really jazzed about this new girl. And I think this new girl represented my mother to my mother. Like it was like a girl I met at work, and my mom is like very threatened by like men meeting women at work because she works at home. So like she has a husband that works away. This is all too much context, but this is to say, I say to my mom, I was like, yeah, I have this new girl. I really like her a lot. She's like so stunning. And she had met her a couple times, and my mom goes,
So stunning. What a guy thing to say.
stunning. This girl was like crazy. And I go, yeah, I think, she goes, who does she look like? She look like her mother or her father? And I said, actually, she looks like her father. She's like, her father's like eye color, like green eyes and whatever. And she goes, yeah, she looked like she have a face of a father. I was like, whoa. Mind you, this woman was attractive.
Yeah.
Like there was no way. And my mom was being like, she looked like a face of a father. I was like, damn.
That's
Yeah.
how I love.
But that's she's a ride or die with the first girlfriend. She didn't like the new
She
girlfriend.
didn't like the new girlfriend.
Then that
eh?
explains. She would have.
Do you feel like
Yeah.
do you feel like moms know?
Yes and no. You can always there's like a sense. There's a for real like mom spidey sense with some stuff.
Yeah.
But they're also so far removed from their own dating. My mother, who's lovely and emotionally intelligent in her own ways, met my father at 19. Like, does she know a lot about dating in your 20s or your 30s? No.
And
No.
also like they
I don't.
only
I have
know-
no interest in her opinion on dating.
Yeah, but
Like,
but
truly.
they also only know a version of you that's like a skewed version of who you actually are. I think your parents don't really truly know you for who you are because
Great point.
Yeah.
because they raised you and they knew who you were as a kid
So
up
they
until
think that
high
that's
school.
what's good for you.
And they think I know what's good for you because I know this person, but it's like you don't actually know who I am now to this day. Yeah, you know like for the most part, but you don't know me the way I know myself. So it's
Totally true.
tricky. I was watching a clip from The Good Doctor. Did you watch The Good Doctor?
No.
Okay. It's a show about like an autistic doctor. It's really good.
Oh, I know of the
You
show,
know-
but I don't
okay,
watch
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So
yeah.
there's a scene. Wait, I don't even know if it's The Good Doctor, actually. One of those doctor shows on TikTok, okay? Love those. Love a good TikTok show. And basically, it was like of this guy who was in a coma, and they had to make a decision of either doing like a crazy like femur transplant that was like super risky or amputating his legs. And they were about to get married, so the wife didn't yet have like the power of like attorney, I think it is, to make the medical decision. So it was still under the parents. And the parents were like, no, amputate the leg. Like we're not gonna risk it. Like we don't want to risk his life, amputate the leg. And the wife was like, no, like hiking is like is the reason he became sober. Like he was an alcoholic, and if he can't hike, I'm telling you, he would rather not live. Like he would rather I make this decision. And then they went to court for it, and they were like, no, you know what? Like the parents knew him for who he was as a child, but like you know him for who he is as the man he is today, so you're gonna make the decision of what he's gonna do medically. And I was like, you know what? That's such a good example of like how your parents see you.
Yeah.
Like they don't know the little things that you go through in life to this day because they've just seen your hardships as a kid, as like a teenager, as a
Yes.
whatever. So they'll always view you through that lens.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
So I thought that was a really, when I watched it, I was like, damn, like that's true though.
Yeah.
Like your parents think they always know best for you, but like sometimes there's other people that tend to know a better version of
Yes.
who you are today.
I think the good parents kind of grow out of that phase. Like my mom recently was like, "I will always be your mother. I can always be your mom." I'm like, yeah, this is true, but at this point, we're entering friend phase. Like I
Yeah.
don't need like a guidance. I need like a friend,
A friend.
and it would be cool.
Okay,
And then we smoked weed at John Mayer, and it was awesome.
Wow. I feel like at some point you graduate to friend phase with your parents.
I think so. My dad and I did it a while ago, and it's like it got way better when you stopped telling me what to do. It's way cooler.
And also when they kids stop telling you what to do. Like
Well, then it flips. Now I am telling my parents what to do. How's this pod going, by the way?
It's going shit.
Are we
can't
feeling
air
it?
All our cameras are lying.
We cannot air it. It's terrible.
All the comments are going to be about how you can't stop flirting with me during this pod.
You think?
I think so. Only because I told my friends to all comment that.
Yeah, bump up our comments. Love it. Thank you.
Well, we were just talking about that. Comments are the dumbest thing on earth. If you comment on this,
So if a girl
you're dumb.
if a girl slides in a DM, what should she say?
She should say, in conclusion, I just had one that was kind of cool. She was like, hey, seems like we could be funny friends.
I don't like that. Funny
Okay.
friends? What does that mean?
Well, like she was like an Instagram personality.
Okay.
And she responded to one of my like clips that
But
I
like,
put up.
I feel like it's a bit immediately friend zoning you.
That's true. It does sound like that. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
let me read
I
it.
read it as flirty. That's so funny.
I feel like she was saying like
I mean,
I'm
it's kind
sliding.
of flirty though.
I feel like it was like
This-
I'm sliding, but like we're only gonna be funny friends.
This is
I
so
feel like
interesting.
she was like, I'm already DMing you, so let me just like act like I'm going in the friend zone just so that you don't get the wrong idea and so that my ego's not bruised. I don't think she wasn't sliding in.
Holy hell, I don't know what the hell it
don't
was.
know.
We didn't ever I was like, I agree. That's all I said back and nothing happened.
Well, yeah, I mean, you didn't really give her anything to work with. She already slid in.
It's
Fuck.
true,
You
I
didn't give her
get it.
much to work with.
It's true.
But like, I know a guy was telling me that once he got a DM that said like, "Hey, let's be each other's first kiss," and I thought that was cute because it's like, well,
so
obviously you're not
stupid.
each other's first kiss, but
That's
like
so
cute.
stupid. I hate that you thought that was funny.
I didn't think it was funny. I thought it was cute.
I hate that you thought it was cute.
Those are gunshots.
Tell me those are
Those are
gunshots?
gunshots.
No, it's
Or
That's
is it fireworks?
That's so many gunshots to be
fireworks.
gunshots.
It's fireworks.
Well, there's a guy looking
So
out the
we're
window.
moving-
They're fire.
Guys, I see the fireworks.
That's so funny
Guys?
that we got this on the pod.
I'm telling you, those are fireworks.
The first 3, I was like, those are gunshots. But then after 15,
Those are fireworks. I saw them.
Did you see them or are you looking for them?
I was seeing the.
remember when you DM me and you're like, this is where we're staying? I was like, that's deep in Brooklyn.
Well, that's why.
Gunshots are more poppy. That was like boomy.
100%. That was more like paintball.
Yeah.
Those were not fireworks, but like firecrackers or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's just
I
a
was seeing
coincidence
it.
that there's 3 dead people on the street right now.
And then I looked
Yeah.
out the window and like the girl walking our dog was like looking at ours. I was like, bitch, like
Her
we
dog.
didn't do this. Like, don't look at me as if it was us.
Wow, that was funny.
That was weird.
Okay, so just last question.
Just DM. Just be DM. Like,
Okay, but
hey.
any guy who's like scared to DM a girl they're really interested in, how should they slide in?
Any guy that wants to do it?
Any guy who wants to slide into a girl's DMs, what is the best technique? I always think
You're asking me. I don't know. I should be
because I
asking
always
you.
think like look at their Instagram and try and find something that you can find like relatability to,
Yeah.
and then slide in with like you went here or like something that you
Yeah.
can relate to.
Yeah, I literally have a joke about this on my Instagram
Don't
right
make
now.
it seem now like I'm stalking
And
you.
I'm not
Like,
trying.
Don't do this.
I'm not trying to. Well, I
man.
say this to preface, like I'm not trying to do a bit right now. I'm just
Okay.
saying I've talked about this before, but I went back and forth because that's how when I used to be on the apps. It's like, oh, that looks like Cartagena. I've been to Cartagena. Do I comment on Cartagena? Or that looks like Lisboa. I've been to Lisboa. Do I comment on that? And it's like, and so I go back and forth. Like, wasn't Sintra so beautiful? And I get all in my head about how to write this perfect text.
Yeah.
And then I found out from my girlfriends like the best text for a guy. Hey.
Okay. I don't
What's up?
answer any DMs from a guy if
Hey.
they're hey.
I would never answer
Even if it's
hey.
even if he's
Where's your
hot,
person-
even if his little thing is hot.
I don't.
Mm.
Hey is like you have no personality. You didn't try. You sent it to 35 people. There's no effort. But if you actually put an effort, and I know that like you
Well,
didn't
now
say,
hold on a second. What if it's too much effort? It's like, oh shit, I was in Portugal last summer too. Like, didn't you think it was gorgeous, Nazare? And you'd be like,
That's
too interested.
much. That's too much.
You see?
Yeah, but there's a happy medium.
So it has to be the perfect.
it has to
happy
be-
medium is now called perfect.
No,
which is the
happy
opposite
medium
of
is
happy
like-
medium.
Happy medium is like, oh, I was in Lisbon. How did you like it actually? Something chill, something vibey, like something that's like, there's gonna be a conversation.
Yeah.
There's a reason for me to answer. Hey is like, I don't feel like doing that. Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
I'm good. You? I'm good. You too. So what's up? Like, start with a banga. Like,
Yeah.
start with a reason for me to be like, okay, we're diving into this. Not like, oh God, this is gonna be like the beginning stage where I have to be like, hey, who are you? Like, let's get into this.
The sexiest thing you can DM anyone, The sexiest text you can send anyone? No text.
True.
No DM.
Nothing. Then
Which
I want you
negates
with-
everything we just talked about in this
I know.
last
Wait, you
hour.
can't just say that.
It's true, though. It's like mystery and
What do you mean,
intrigue
no
still reign.
text? But then what? They don't know you exist.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's just how I feel sometimes.
I get it. You just got a nose job and you're feeling a little more confidente. But like
What are we gonna call this podcast?
before
Three nose
the-
jobs.
Before
Yeah.
when you had
Three
the
NJs.
free
nose jobs?
Yeah.
which is when I met you.
Yeah.
If I'm being real, what would you message a girl saying?
Do you like big noses? Do you hear they say about guys with big noses?
I mean, I guess that's the title.
We get deep.
We get hooked.
Hooked. Hooked. You did, but see, it's like, yeah. She was like, no one's gonna even notice you had a nose job, and I was like, people are gonna notice. I had a pretty prominent nose, and
Yeah, you
then
did.
and you remember, yeah, well, you're a size queen. I think that's why you're.
I'm gonna be honest though, as a guy, like you don't need it though.
Okay, but that's not. I truly got it because I needed to breathe better,
Yeah.
No, I agree.
and I just happened to find a doctor
Yeah.
3 that agreed that the structural integrity was like. So again, that's $0 on the insurance. just
Yeah.
wanna say.
Amazing.
Pretty
But
cool.
they probably just like fixed your nose. They didn't do like aesthetics.
They brought this bone. I had a
Right.
bump and I had a little thing. And she goes, "You'll breathe when you have a hooked nose. You don't breathe as well, so we'll bring it
Yeah.
up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna do the pod again in 6 months when the nose is like fully settled, and we'll see where it's at from there.
It's all in the tip. 90% of it is in the tip. So guys,
We still talking about nose jobs?
depends how you're looking at it, I guess.
You never answered the question. Do you think that men is it because we're funny or because we're handsome?
Yeah.
Funny guys get a girl longer.
Sure.
I think that hot guys sleep with more women, maybe.
At the beginning.
But have a heart. But like I feel like funny guys land long-term girls and like get girlfriends.
What do
'Cause,
you what do you think your boyfriend wants to be considered? A hot guy or a funny guy? You want to say both, which is fair, but what do you think he wants to be
I
considered
think
more
he's
as?
both though.
He is both.
But he's more good looking, I think, than
He doesn't come off as funny. So then I would say he wants to. No, like I'm saying, like you don't like meet him and you're like, fuck, that guy's hilarious. Like
Yeah.
when you get to know him, you're like, you're actually hilarious.
Sure.
But I would say like he comes off first as good looking.
It's hard to be both.
It's-
Let me just tell you. It is
it's
hard.
You
hard
have
to be
to do
both,
s-
and you
you
have
have
to
to
be an
be-
ugly child.
You had to be
with
ugly at
bangs
some
and
point.
ugly teeth. and
Yeah,
bad nose.
you had to be ugly at some point, or you have to have trauma, or both.
Just having a moment here.
Or
Yeah,
something.
you have to be a recovered ugly. I always say you have to be recovered ugly to be hot and funny. You can't be hot and then like for your whole life and then be funny. It doesn't happen.
you were hot
funny
in
is
high
a
school,
character
then, like-
building. Funny is a coping mechanism, by the
Yeah.
way. You
Oh,
can't
I
just
know.
like
It's like
you-
stop staring at me, but like I'm
yeah.
gonna make you laugh.
But as I'm saying, you can't just if you're hot, then by default, if
He's
you grew up
pointing
hot,
at
you
his
can't
zucchini
really be
nose.
funny.
My little tiny nose.
Zucchini.
I know. Here I am
had a big nose,
augmenting the hand that fed me.
Yeah.
My nose made the jokes that pay my rent, and then I changed it. You have a nice nose.
I have a nose job. But the internet
What did you have? A bump? What was your thing?
I had like a bump, crooked.
Bump crooked.
Yeah.
What'd
But
you
I
do?
still get told to get another nose job. So
I had a really ugly nose.
You had an ugly nose.
You're like, I don't even start unless
she didn't have an ugly nose.
I had,
But to each your
Veronica.
own. But to each your
Yeah.
own.
If you say like I didn't like my nose, it just doesn't land the same way as someone who's like, I feel like I had a hook, or I feel like I had a very Italian like bazooka nose.
Sure.
But like I feel like when someone has like a hook,
It
or
looked like the boot that Italy
it
is.
just feels like, well, I needed it more, if that makes sense.
Hey, you could go to therapy for 5 years and be okay with your ugly nose, or you could fix it in 1 week of surgery and get an ugly nose and feel confident. So like whatever you got to do,
Whatever route you go.
you got to do. Beyonce says it's the soul that needs the surgery. She's not wrong.
She's also dealing with the devil.
What does that mean?
I don't want to dive into
Oh
that.
my god! Don't even get her.
She's
started.
dealing with the devil? I love Beyonce. What are you trying to say?
I love Beyonce.
I am Beyonce.
You're Beyonce.
I love Beyonce.
You love Beyonce?
Dude, she's the best.
I've never like.
Name a bigger
got-
pop star with less scandal. You can't.
Yeah,
She
and
does
I wonder
have
why.
a low amount of scandal.
Why is there such low scandal though?
Oh my god! I'm not going in this.
Oh, the Illuminati?
I
Who
mean-
cares? Fine. I don't care.
Yeah,
Who
that's
cares?
fine.
I don't care about the Illuminati. Let her be the Illuminati. Let her
You
be
said-
number one
you said,
Illuminati.
Why is
Let
there
her
no
be
Get me,
scandal?
Beyonce, get me in the
You said,
Illuminati.
why is there no scandal? I'm telling you why.
Get her in. I don't care. Who cares about the Illuminati? I think it's cool. Let her in it. Jay-Z's my favorite musical artist. I have a Jay-Z tattoo.
By
Let
the
him in.
way, another.
Yeah, he's the ringleader. I don't care. He's the best. Who's your favorite music artist? Who's your most listened to on Spotify?
Drake for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Honestly,
just be
me-
at Toronto.
Me too.
girl.
Like maybe like Bryson Tiller.
Okay. Oh, exchange.
Yeah.
I think mine might have been Jay or Drake, but I like play my music for the event, so like it gets
Yeah.
fucked for the event.
I don't know.
First concert?
Lil Wayne.
Mm.
Actually, Simple Plan. And then
Hillary
Lil
Duff.
Wayne. And
Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff, Simple Plan, then Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was my first like big concert. that I
Hillary
went to.
Duff, Headley. Do you remember Headley?
No.
You know Headley?
No, I like getting some Headley, but I don't know.
You know Headley.
You know who Headley is. For nights I can't remember.
No,
I'm
play
playing you a
Headley.
little Headley song.
My first was with my parents. It was Elton John. My first alone was
I went to
Janet
Lil Wayne with my
Jackson,
dad.
Usher.
That's
I went
hilarious.
to Lil Wayne with my dad when I was 11.
That's
and
funny.
everyone was smoking weed around us, and I was like screaming at the top of my lungs.
That's so funny.
I just want to fuck every girl in the world.
Oh my God, you're so young. That was your first concert.
Yeah, I was 11. And I'm going to see 50 Cent in August because
That's gonna be fun.
I'm a big 50 fan, actually.
Oh yeah. I mean, I still listen to Get Rich or Die Trying front to
trying
back.
to-
Perfect album.
It's his last tour.
Okay, wait. That was a great song.
Play
that
Headley.
one back. No, the one before.
This?
This song puts me in a vibe. Like,
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. It means a lot that you came out tonight.
in Brooklyn.
Like, share, and subscribe. Give us a rating on Spotify.
I don't actually know the lyrics.
It's a boy?
Do you want to link your Instagram?
Yes, it's on the bottom of the screen. It's Dan Davies here on Instagram. And if you're in New York, come to all the shows. We got shows every day, almost every day of the week. And I think tune in 6 months and see where this one's at with texting boys and just being a little flirty. Be like, should we make out? Should we not? That's a fun DM. Let's make out.
Wait, I just
I
said,
didn't take that.
hey, should we be each other's first kiss? And you said, ew, disgusting.
First
Now you're
kiss is
saying-
hacky. Make out is direct.
But
They're
it's
very
so
different.
like obvious that we're not going to be each other's first kiss that it's funny.
Yeah,
Whereas
obvious.
like
yeah.
now you're like, let's make out.
Yeah, obvious is always funny. Veronica's
He
got my back.
contradicted
I know.
himself. You agree?
No, mine's my own. I said my own.
I'll let the kids play.
The better line is let's be each other's last first kiss. That's the better line.
That is a better line. That's like when people say you look like my last ex-wife, and I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be. Best
You do
for
look
last.
like my last ex-wife. But we just broke up 8 years ago.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.